Hey there, I'm Zach with Colony Roofers. Today we're going to go over the top things you need to pay attention to if you're a property owner getting a roofing estimate. Stay tuned for more details. Okay, so the first thing you need to pay attention to is whether or not the contractor that you're looking to work with, the one that you're getting the estimate from, has insurance and a roofing license. Believe it or not, in the state of Georgia, you are not required as a roofing contractor to have a license. Now, Colony Roofers has a general contractor's license, but you want to check with other roofing contractors. There are optional licenses out there through the Georgia Roofing Contractors Association, which can allow roofers that maybe don't have a general contractor's license, which is a step up. It allows them to just get a optional roofing license. What you definitely don't want is somebody coming out to your property that has no license and is just coming out there and selling the moon to you, and you're not certain that someone with authority has actually certified that they can provide the services that they're wanting to provide. From an insurance standpoint, there's two main types of insurance that you want to make sure your contractor has. The first one is going to be workers' compensation insurance. The second is going to be general liability. If you're a property owner, what you need to do is you need to ask that roofing contractor to send you a certificate of insurance. It's called a COI. And if you've never heard of that, just ask the roofing contractor for their COI. They should be able to provide it very quickly and easily, something that's required by the state to have those insurances in place. So those are the first two things, insurance and licensing. It may seem obvious, but really important to make sure that your contractor has those in place before you start working with them. All right, the next thing you're going to want to make sure your roofing estimate has is options. There is no roofing project, whether it's in Atlanta, San Diego, Chicago, anywhere in the world, honestly, that should have just one potential option. As a property owner, you need to be able to make the best decision for your specific building. That's why we have a learning center and why we do these videos in order to help you self-educate. But your roofing estimate needs to have what are the different options for your specific project that that specific contractor can offer you. So if you don't have more than one option in the estimate that you've been provided, reach back out to that contractor and tell them, hey, I know I have different choices that I can go with. Please present those to me, and then we can make a decision together as to what the best option is for me and my specific property. Okay, now that you've got options in your estimate, the next thing we need to make sure that you have is details. Each one of those options in your estimate, whether it's shingle versus metal, prefab versus architectural, maybe you have a flat roof and you have EPDM versus TPO versus modified bitumen roofing. On the roof coating side, it could be silicone versus acrylic. There's tons of different options for any individual building. The next thing is we need to make sure we have details as to what the contractor is going to install with that specific option. So for purposes of demonstration, let's use a shingle roof. You really need to make sure that you have details about the drip edge, the underlayment, the ice and water shield, and the ventilation that they're going to use on the roof. Those are the four major components of a shingle roofing system. So make sure that you have details as to what kind of drip edge. Drip edge is required by the state of Georgia. Ice and water shield is required in the valleys of every shingle roof. Ventilation, there's certain requirements around that, but then there's also kind of industry norms, which would be using ridge vent systems that are proven to be more effective than a typical turbine vent. So make sure that you just have the details and then walk through those with your contractor. If you have questions, you can always even email me or email us at Colony Roofers, and we can answer your questions regarding your specific estimate. But the details are really where the meat of that option are. Otherwise, you can't be sure that you're comparing apples to apples when you're looking at different contractors' quotes or even one option from the next option with a specific contractor. You need the details in order to make an educated decision. All right, the next piece of the estimate, once you have your options, you have your details, you're going to need some information about potential change order items. It's inevitable in roofing that sometimes there will be things that pop up that may have not been anticipated on the front end. What can be anticipated on the front end is the cost of those potential items. So two major things come to mind. Again, we'll use a shingle roof just for purposes of demonstration, but rotten decking would be one. The other one that you're going to want to make sure that you have an agreed upon amount for the change order, if it's necessary, is multiple layers. You just want to be sure as a property owner that you already understand and have an agreement with the contractor as to what the amount for those different things is going to be. You don't want to get surprised on the back end with some massive bill. It's for, $600 per piece of plywood, and they say, well, you have to pay me because we did the work. And in reality, that's an absurd amount for them to be requesting for that change order. So the bottom line is, the thing you want to pay attention to in your roofing estimate is just making sure that you have an agreed upon change order amount if something like that were to arise. It's always just good practice to be prepared for something like that to happen as the roof is being installed. Okay, so once you have your change order kind of figured out, you understand what the potential items are, you want to be sure that your estimate and eventually your contract with a contractor actually has terms and conditions. You'll see a lot of one-page estimates out there that don't have terms and conditions. Maybe it's just a number with 2 lines. Obviously, you're not going to accept that, since we've talked about the need for options and details in this video already. But the terms and conditions are there for 2 reasons. It's for the contractor and it's for the homeowner. So you need terms and conditions in there for there to be clarity as to what happens if X happens, what happens if Y happens. And it's basically a legal agreement that holds both the homeowner or the property owner and the contractor liable. So as a property owner, you may think, well, that's just in there for the contractor to be safe and everything's kind of written in their favor. But that's not quite the way it works. So from a homeowner or property owner standpoint, it's really important that you have terms and conditions, because it gives you an opportunity on the front end to read those, to look at them, to make sure you understand what the agreement is, and bring anything up on the front end that you might have issues with. So it basically just provides clarity to make sure that your roofing estimate definitely has terms and conditions in there that you agree upon. All right, the last thing we're going to talk about is warranty. Warranty is critical. If you don't have a specified warranty in your roofing estimate, reach back out to the contractor, have them add it in writing to the estimate. Don't just accept, hey, we'll take care of you, don't worry. If you have a problem forever till you're dead, just call me and we'll take care of it. Don't fall for that. There's tons of roofing companies that actually end up going out of business. Your warranty becomes worthless. You need to understand 2 aspects of the warranty as a property owner. You need to understand the material warranty, and you need to understand the workmanship warranty. Sometimes those can go together if they're brought to you through a manufacturer. There's some manufacturers like CertainTeed, GAF, that will provide tandem material and labor warranties. And if at all possible, you want to get that, because those companies, have been in business for, many of them, 50 plus years. And so you have a long-standing large company kind of backing both the material and the labor side of your warranty. But the bottom line here is, don't accept an estimate from a contractor without specifics about the warranty, the material warranty and the labor warranty, spelled out in that estimate in writing. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching this video on estimates. You should be prepared now to really scrutinize the estimates that you get from different contractors. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Also, go ahead and subscribe to our channel for more helpful information regarding your roofing needs, and check out the other videos that we have as well on our channel that might be able to help you through the roof buying process.